Of the Busch Apple recap from Charlotte. Tonight we're at South Point 400 for the Thanksgiving special for this week, because next week is our Thanksgiving break, and then after that we will be back racing again. But that would be for the All-Star race right there. So tonight is a special edition race tonight, so 134 laps. Times two. So far, we only got 5 people in 5 races tonight, unfortunately, because I've tried to get a hold of a driver. I had not heard nothing from this driver. So, like usually, our prime suspects is Edge and Bose that's in the house tonight. Good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon.
Alright, what y'all see on last week's race right there? That was a heck of a 200-mile race, 300-mile race last week, and man, I think it was more nerve-wracking than any darn race.
It really was. It was a very rough race.
Oh, it was fun. I mean, shoot, there was all kinds of excitement in the front, the back, mid pack. I mean, there was all excitement everywhere last week at Charlotte. But tonight we're under the lights again. This makes the second race that we're under the lights, and back-to-back races under the lights again tonight.
I'm going to be hiding from the lights in the shade against the wall tonight.
So, with limited practice, what do y'all see? Of course, we got Felicia coming off of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, coming off of 3 and 4 right there. You think Felicia's going to be the suspect tonight?
Indeed, a lot of people are going to run that low line, and they're going to come up off the corner with too much momentum, and Felicia going to tell you bye.
I believe it's going to be 1 and 2 that bites. I believe it's going to be 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 that bites everybody coming off of 2 right there. If they ride that low line coming off of 2, or run that high line coming off of 2 right there, they can smack that inside wall right there. So it's going to be an interesting race tonight with only 5 people tonight.
Oh, definitely going to be an interesting race. You're going to see different grooves take up. I'm pretty sure most people are going to be running that middle lane in 3 and 4 and the bottom lane in 1 and 2. That seems to be the preferred way around. A lot of the majority of the people that are at Vegas tends to race in the middle lane in 3 and 4.
Man, I like that high groove at Vegas. Once your tires get nice and warm right there, I like that high groove right there off of 1 and 2.
Oh, me too. And I mean right against the wall. That's where I want to be, in that top scene.
Based on what people have experienced with practice, what do y'all see? Is it going to come down to a fuel strategy, or is it going to come down to that late caution flag that we had at Charlotte last week?
We're probably, most likely, I would say 80% chance of us running a green-white checker there to finish it out overtime. Vegas is one of those tracks that's so fast it tends to go a little bit faster, and once we come down to the nitty gritty there,
you're breaking up, Edge.
Distance. Am I?
No, you're.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I believe that it's going to come down to a green-white checkered at the end. Hoping we're going to get some long green runs in this, but at the same time, I'm going to set my car up a little bit looser this time. I made the mistake at Charlotte of not doing so, and it bit me in the butt. I never really was successful running against the top 3.
Them top 3 were massive right there. Them top 3 cars had a number right there. They knew what to expect out of that 300-mile race last week, and I think it was just mentally right there, because when you come into the longest race of the season, it's more. I think it's more mental right there, because you're trying to block out everybody, but you're also trying to hear everybody communicate down low, up high, or I got to run on you on the backstretch. I think that was the key thing for them top 3 drivers from last week was they were on their games, but some of them had to play the track, and that's what the 19 done. If the 19 really threw out something, and I mean he was real good right there in the wasn't too good in the first 2 stages, and all of a sudden you see him coming in and play at 3 in the 3rd stage when he won that 3rd stage, and then right there with 15 laps to go, he's right there where he needs to be at. But it was just like he was off by a little bit. What he was saying at first, that he was kind of off a little bit. He wasn't hitting his marks at the first because it was like a traffic jam basically, because he was in. I mean, you got to remember he did start 3rd, so it was just like that traffic jam was it. The car just didn't want to go right there with all them cars were around him, and then all of a sudden you see him picking off people. It's like, okay, and he had that one spin with him and Chris right there, and then he comes back right there in 3rd and just knocking off people. So we don't know how this is going to be at tonight because of people's got limited practice. The ones that have got the practice is more based on focus on the somewhat of a long run, green flag runs, or some of them are looking at that short run right there. You don't know where everybody's going to be at for that tonight. So yeah, I mean that was a pretty good race last week. But now focused in tonight. Like I said, we got tonight's our last race until the All-Star race. What's the biggest part you have seen in the first half of the season that has impressed everybody in this first week, in this first half of the season? Who would y'all say that has improved and that has actually set their standards going into the second half, knowing this driver ain't got to worry about nothing until that championship race? Who do y'all saying? Excuse me. Edge, what do you think? Who do you think has a high momentum going into that second half that ain't really worried about anything? That person's just ready for that championship race. Who do you see in the first half? Sorry, got that momentum going into the second half of the season?
Well, I mean, honestly, Chase has pulled off the win. He's been right up there in the front the last few weekends, the last few races, and I'm looking. He's got momentum right now. He is on fire, and it's going to be hard to put that fire out. We're going to have to whoop him pretty bad just to keep him honest.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 drivers I see that has the momentum going into the second half is Chase, obvious, in that 53 Rich Mark Flores car. He's been on fire ever since he won that race at Gateway, and he's had consistently top 3s, and you have not seen him finish out the top 4 yet. He's been right there on his A game. And for me, I had to go with the 62 car. Them guys have been right there in the mix of things since that win at Richmond and going back to back at Richmond in the following race after Richmond. Hey, these guys, I think the top 4 has got the leeway going into that second half. I believe it's going to stay right there. Them top 4 are going to stay right there. I don't see them changing anymore right there. Unless, well, I only see first and second switching maybe 2 times going into the second half of the season until Texas to find out who's going to be the final 4. So I say the top 4 has got the momentum going into the second half of the season. As long as them guys can continue to put in the top 3s, top 4s, and get them consistent stage points right now after Texas, after Texas, Homestead resets the top 4, so it's a everybody further on that sells at Homestead. It's either you win the race or you finish second, third, or fourth right there in the points. So that's what I see. It's going to come down in the second half. Everybody's going to be up on that wheel or controller. Somebody's going to surprise somebody to get in that top 4 right there and to be eligible for the final 4 spot right there for the Homestead race.
Yes, and I'm almost certain that several drivers have already circled that Homestead race. They're already practicing there on the low, trying to find that little edge, because eventually you're going to get down there, you're going to be in the final 4, you're going to go to Homestead, and you want to know what to do. You want to know what's going to happen and how it's going to happen, and you want to be able to keep up with that, because I can guarantee the other 3 in your competition are going to bring their game.
Exactly. And I mean, I don't see nobody else trying to get in that final 4. I mean, because the points right now are so close right there. 5th place is nowhere to be found to be try to even nudge that 4th spot right there. And it's basically whoever's in that 5th spot is going to have to worry about trying to finish ahead of a certain driver to advance into that final 4 at Texas right there. Texas is going to be where the top 2 is going to be locked in regardless. Top 3 is going to be locked in. You just have to worry about the 4th and 5th position. If that 5th guy ends up winning and knocking that 4th place guy out, hey, I mean, I hate that's going to be the problem right there. That whoever's sitting in that 4th spot right there between 4th and 5th, them 2 are going to be definitely wanting to be battling it out right there to try to get in that final position right there for the final 4. For sure. I mean, that is really going to be the key right there.
And honestly, I'm looking at the points right now, and there are so many people in striking distance right now from the top 7, 8 drivers. I mean, all the way down to Private. I mean, I know he's missed a few races. He struggles with work and this schedule. But, I mean, all it takes is one of us having to miss one race, and we're going to fall back into the clutches of almost everybody in the field. It's going to be crazy. So you want to bring your game, you want to finish up front, you want to be consistent, because at the end of the day, all it takes is one small mistake. I mean, what is the maximum point gain per race? Is it 45 points?
60 because 60 points because it's 10 points per stage win.
Okay, so 60 points is what you could stand to lose by not competing. And let me tell you right now, I'm counting 7 drivers within 60 points of me in the lead. So there you go. You're not guaranteed anything. So you want to be here, you want to show up, you want to bring your game, and you want to get to racing these guys. Man, I love racing y'all. I mean, I love racing side by side, and I feel like here at Vegas we're going to get a lot of it. I'm sure it's going to be a huge side by side. Me and Josh practiced last week at Vegas and Charlotte, and let me tell you, it was a 17 lap race, and I think we spent 15 of those laps beside each other.
I'll be right back. I'm going to test my stuff.
But I mean, it's definitely going to be awesome. Tonight's going to be awesome right here, y'all. And I mean, I have to really be. Well, you really have to be on your A game tonight. And I mean, with points, it's anybody's game going into tonight. And Points right now as we go in is 457, 449, 414, 403, 401, 395, 376, 354, 348, 330, 348, 338, and 336. I see Bo, if Outlaw don't show up, Outlaw's going to extend that. Bo's going to extend that fourth place points lead. It's going to extend dramatically. And I mean, Pauline can end up getting a top 5 finish tonight if we have 5 drivers. That would be something that would be a big thing on right there for her, because she definitely needs the points right now, especially with this first half being not going too well for her. And yeah, she did pick up her first stage win. So I mean, that's I hate to say that. That was awesome to see her get a first stage win. And so
forward progress. That's what it's about.
I mean, she's definitely going to be a key factor going into the second half, because of what the remainder of the schedule looks like is the All-Star race, Kentucky, the Glen, Daytona, and then you got 3 tracks that everybody knows. Everybody's going to have that feeling somebody's going to win. There's 2 certain drivers that's probably going to come in, dominate at Phoenix, Martinsville, and Texas is going to be where 4th and 5th are going to be either the 4th place is ahead enough by virtue on points, or that 5th place is going to knock that 4th place person out to clinch that final spot in the playoffs. And I tell you, everybody's got the Kentucky race circled and Daytona circled to improve in the point standings right there. The other top 2 ain't really worried about the points right now. They just want to get through the night, have a brand new head going into the All-Star race, because with the All-Star race only being 25% at Eldora, it's no points, so everybody can relax. It ain't nothing big, but everybody wants to win the All-Star race, of course. So it's going to be fun, actually. So I mean, with tonight being the Thanksgiving special, everybody's like, okay, I want to win this race right here, because I got bragging rights until the Glen. The Glen will be a Christmas special, so you got bragging rights. If you win both races right there, you just basically run 2 specials this year. And of course, we got Daytona, the New Year's race right there. You don't know what's going on right there, because everybody's got Daytona like, okay, this is an uncertain race right here to find out, okay, well, this is 3 races to go till the playoffs right here, until we actually end our season right here at Homestead. And it's going to be key for that right there.
I'd like to go on record right now on the show to formally announce that I will be driving a special paint scheme tonight. I will be in the 4 car, not in the 62, and I will be driving the Busch Apple car for the Busch Apple Cup League, and also a little bit for Chris, who is not going to be able to make it tonight. So shout out to him. I'll miss him. I miss racing with him, and I hope I can see him soon. And I can't wait to show this little red paint scheme off here.
See, all the admins, if Chris can't make it, all the admins are going to be taking turns driving that Busch Apple to accommodate the Busch Apple paint scheme. Tonight, Edge will get to drive it. We won't know it for another 2 weeks if Chris is going to be able to make it back for Kentucky. If he does, then I'm excited. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to tonight's race, guys. Right quick, it is our time to stack 'em and rack 'em tonight. Where, of course, thank God we ain't got 4 stages tonight. That was Whew. That was probably. Hey, I don't mind. I like it. I like Charlotte. I'm just glad it's only a 1-year event for us.
I had a good race there.
All right, Edge. You know what the deal is. Rack 'em and stack 'em. Who is your stage 1, stage 2, and overall race winner tonight?
Man, I love this track. This is one of my favorite tracks, and I'm pretty dang fast here. So I'm going to go ahead and toot my own horn, saying I'm going to come up with 1 or 2, either both stages or the race win. But Josh, you're going to be fast right out of the gate. You always are. So I'm looking to battle you in stage 1. I'm pretty sure you're going to get that one. Stage 2, I'm going to give this one to Bo.
Bo?
This is the stage 2 to Bo.
Bo, we are. This is the Thanksgiving special right here, and this is. Yeah, of course, Vegas is Vegas, where everything goes right here. Yep. No, guys, he is getting cocky because this is Vegas right here. This is where you want to get cocky at for the final race. It's the final race of the first half. So yeah, he's getting cocky. And overall race win, Edge.
Man, you know I want to pick me because I mean this is my track, but I'm gonna say Heat, man. I think Chase is gonna pull off the win tonight.
I found something today and adjustment in my slider, so I'm ready.
All right, Bo, you're on the hot seat. Whoa, this is Vegas right here, ladies and gentlemen. So this is going to be a... That's right, the good old John Wayne right there. Wayne Newton. From Roseanne right there, when what Roseanne didn't even think who that was right there when they go to Vegas and thought, that wasn't Wayne Newton. Yes, it was, Roseanne. Yeah, she thought it wasn't Wayne Newton, but it was Wayne Newton himself right there. Alrighty. Stage 1. I hate to say this. Stage 1 is going to go for to that 53 Rich Mark Flores car. That stage 1 is definitely going to go to the 53 car. Stage 2. I hope this don't bite me in the butt right here, but stage 2 is going to go to that Busch Apple car. To wrap it all off, I hate to say this, Jaguar is going back to back. He is going to go from winning a 300-mile race to winning it here on the Thanksgiving special tonight. He's going to do this with a... He's going to walk in the victory lane. That ain't going to be no questions about this. That 19 Toyota, everybody knows when Jaguar gets in that Toyota in that number 19, expect him to be fast. Expect him to be right there on your back bumper because he will actually literally move you out of the way. But I don't think he's going to get too aggressive because he is fighting. He is in the points. He is in the points battle trying to take over that first spot right there before before when we go into the second half of the season during the All-Star break. So I think Jaguar takes the points lead and also takes the win tonight. and he will reclaim that top spot going into Kentucky for the next points race. So, yeah.
All right.
Oh man, it's gonna be a heck of a race. Oh, it's gonna be the top 4 in the championship, and I mean, it's whoever can get in that 4th position is gonna. We never know, but as of right now, if everybody can get in that margin, I mean, you got to remember, points are going to reset right there. If we take the top 4 right there, the points are going to reset with the top 4, because I think that's just fair for the top 4, because they earned that spot right there. So if the top 4 has earned their spot, let it be right there. Let the top 4 battle it out, because you got to remember, these other. No, we'll find out.
Hey, can I interrupt right quick?
Yeah.
I got someone that might be interested racing with us
Tonight? Let's go ahead, because we need some drivers tonight. I hate having 5 people tonight.
All right.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
Can he make the times that we run?
He might be able to. Yeah. He said he's in if he can.
What's his name?
Adam Godwin. I'm gonna send a.
Well, I mean, on his PSN.
Oh, it's.
Private, send it on the Bush Apple chat. Alright, y'all. That is y'all's stage, y'all rack 'em and stack 'em tonight. We are actually probably going to go ahead and start this race a little earlier than 5:15. If everybody wants to, we can. Give me until about 5. We got 5 people tonight. If that guy wants to race with us tonight, that'll make 6. That would be even better right there, because. Alright.
You may put them in the Facebook chat.
Yes, please. Alright, y'all. I'm Joshua Lee Jaguar, along with Edge and Bo. We'll see y'all here, and we'll be starting back up at 5:05 to start qualifying at Las Vegas.
All right, see you guys then.